welcome to Twisted Vader Reviews. Today we have SkyWarp, Walmart exclusive for Mold 1, and Thundercracker, Toys R Us exclusive for Mold 2. We're going to do a quick comparison of them both. Hey Thundercracker, come over here, let me show him something. I don't want to see your boobs. Now I forgot to tell you in the other review that he had a squishy head. His head's bigger than the other molds, so you have to squish this in on both sides before you flip that lid back to tuck his head in. Anyway, let's put him over here. I didn't show you SkyWarp yet, so since we already did a review on Thundercracker, there's his stand. We're just going to take a quick look at him. And Thundercracker, why don't you do me a big favor and transform and get out of the way so we can show them SkyWarp. Yeah, you. Right there. Please go ahead. Transform. Alright, and here we have SkyWarp. Now, as you can see, looking at him right off the bat, he looks much more like an actual jet underneath. The only difference was, see these guns here, they plug off and plug on, whereas in the other ones, they stay together. I already had a story about that in the other review, so we're not going to talk about that here. But look how much more concave that is underneath there. It's more smooth, more jet-like. It's definitely, to me, in my personal opinion, I think it's a much better representation of an actual fighter jet. And the top view is pretty much the same. So let's take a look at them both here from behind. And on the top, as you can see, they look pretty much identical. They got the same little flappy things here. The wings flap on both, exact same. You can look here on the back. This side open just like the new ones, but it's just like a little motor looking thing in there. It doesn't actually flip out like this side actually flips out. And that's what gives it better stance when it's in robot mode. So that's terrible. That is definitely good. And we'll just shut that and take another look at him. So they both have their little air brakes. I guess that's what you want to call them. And take another look at him. This is where they really differ. On the top you really can't tell the difference, but underneath, that's where they differ. You can see right off the bat, look how much more blocky Thundercracker is. SkyWarp, definitely much more smooth right there, more rounded. This just goes oop, down, and you're up, down, big block. And the front has this little extra plastic piece, which makes it look a little bit more aerodynamic and blends in with the side a little better. And if you look over here, this doesn't even have that, so it's just like a block. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but when you look at them side by side, you can really see the difference. And it still looks pretty good. And from the top view, they look pretty much identical. You really can't tell the difference. And if you take a look over here, let's get a good view. Take it all in. Now these jets on the back, much more movement on this mold here versus the other one. As you see, they spun all the way around. And looking at the top, like I said, they're pretty much identical from the top view. They both have the gimmick where you pull out the nose cone, whatever that is, radar, fuel tank, I don't know. And as you see, these jets, that's all the farther they move. They barely move as much. And he has that gimmick as well. Both their cockpits open. And they actually come with little guys, both of them. Thundercracker, as you see, his is a little silver guy here. And SkyWarp has a little black guy here. And if you look behind, you see the height difference? Definitely because of the mold, there's a big height difference. You put this here, you can see it only comes up to right there. It's much higher on that side, and then you look there. Definitely lower to the ground, just in the butt end. Take a closer look up over here. You can see how it's blocky, how it sticks down further. versus this one. It's a little bit more smooth, but that's why it's a little lower to the ground. Now from the side comparison, they pretty much look the same height. They look the same, just on the front you could see it's a little bit more aerodynamic on the other one. Put their little guys in here. They don't move or anything, it's just a solid little plastic piece, just sits in there. And you can leave them in there when they transform too, but they tend to get loose and rattle around in there, so I don't. And I'll take a look at them from the front end, and they still pretty much look identical. Just a little bit more aerodynamic, like I said on the black one. So I think we pretty much covered it in jet form. Take one last look, and I think we're going to go ahead and head over to robot form and check them out that way. So, guys, do me a favor, transform. Thanks. So now let's take a look at them in robot mode. Start right off here with SkyWarp. Look at these big floppy things hanging down here. Want to talk about kibble? That be kibble. And look at him, he has them all attached to his bottom feet. Still kibbly, but at least they blend in with his legs versus the other guy where they just hang off his waist. And then look at him from behind. Notice what I've been complaining about, no stability. You see how the motors flip out here, and he got nice stability that way. See, rock him, he doesn't even fall. Nope, I didn't even finish. I'll fix that, and we'll fix that real quick. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Anyway, look how wobbly SkyWarp is. Look at his legs just wobbling around. I mean, boop, little touch, he falls. Boop, oh, he falls. Try him this way, adjust his legs a little bit. Oh, look, he stayed. Oh, now he falls. Now look at him. Let's try. Boop. Oh, didn't move. Oh, still ain't moving. Nope, not gonna fall no matter what. That's what I call stability. They should have done that in the first one. Anyway, and then you look at his arms over here, and here's this big plastic piece sticking out. That's what gives it the aerodynamic look, but as you see in robot form, it just looks kind of bulky and out of place. Compared to looking at him, it's nice and smooth. It looks more like the cartoon. I think it looks definitely better in robot mode. Alright, now let's take a look at here, these extra pieces, which Thundercracker does not have. Which actually make the transformation more of a pain in the butt when it comes to SkyWarp. But see, they're not even there. And in jet mode, it does make it look more aerodynamic, so I could see why they put it there, but anyway, as you see, there's his head. It's definitely a little bit smaller. He has the gimmick where the other one don't. If you flip up his head and you pull this down just a little bit and you spin it, you can get a different face. He has two faces. One serious face and one smirky face. The other guy don't have that, but his head's a little bit bigger, and that's what I showed at the beginning of the video, is he has a squishy head because his head's bigger. That's how they got it to fit. And there's the squish. It's like spring-loaded inside or something like that. But he has much better movement in his head, as you see, because of that design, versus him. It barely moves, and the ball joint is on the back of the head. As you see when you flip this up, look where it's at. That's why it gives it more of a pain in the butt to actually move him around a little bit. And he doesn't have his booby missiles colored, so they just look like booby bumps, whereas his actually look like he has missiles in there. They should have did that on SkyWarp too. I don't know why they didn't, but they didn't. And there we go. So I think everybody's seen enough of you three, so it's time for y'all to go back into your case. What is that? Anyway, this has been Twisted Vader Reviews. Have a great day. Soundwave, head out of here. Thundercracker, you too. SkyWarp, you too. Have a great day.